Hello and welcome to the first ever podcast episode to Pop-Tart Brain. I'm Midwestbimbo, and on this podcast I want to talk about the stupid little thoughts in my head in a not very fleshed out way. Okay, today I want to talk about Harry Styles, but not really Harry Styles. I want to talk about the gay community, but not really the gay community, but more about branding and market research. Let me explain. In 2007, Gain, yes, the laundry detergent company, became Procter & Gamble's 23rd brand with more than $1 billion in sales. In the United States, it was the company's 8th largest brand in dollar sales and the second largest selling laundry detergent. A 2009 census estimated that Hispanics accounted for more than half of the U.S. population growth, growing by 3.1%. to 48.4 million, equaling to about 16% of the total population. I'm sorry to throw numbers at you guys. I know that so many of you are gay and do not do math. To put it in simpler terms, the Hispanic population was growing and at a fast rate. The demographics of who was buying products in the United States was changing, and rapidly. For years, Hispanic and Latinos were seen as an afterthought, but according to Rochelle Newman Carrasco, chief Hispanic strategist for Walton Isaacson Marketing Company, Hispanics were becoming the general market for brands. Gain decided to take a chance in 2010 and get in on the rising market of Hispanics, advertising on popular Spanish language television shows to the bilingual-oriented women's magazine, Latina. New markets mean new branding strategies. New markets also mean new brand loyalists, meaning when you get in on the ground floor with the community, they become ride or dies. In the same way, people drink Coke or Pepsi, but never both. Does that make sense? Now, what does that have to do with the gay community? Well, the gay community is insanely loyal, especially when it comes to media characters or celebrities that they deem iconic. Lady Gaga, Cher, Judy Garland, every Disney villain except for Gaston, except that depends on who you talk to be honest. Elton John, the characters from Hannibal, Taika Waititi for some reason. I could go on. My point is, when it comes to queer identities or a move from stereotypical gender expression, gays and others eat that shit up. Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso. Harry Styles, or at least his team, has seen this and have used it to the best of their ability. There's been questions or questioning about Harry Styles' sexuality ever since he was a teenager in One Direction, which I think personally is unfair. The questioning has also carried into today. He's purposefully never come forward about his sexual orientation, which I think is totally and completely valid because it's really honestly none of the public's business. But there is this habit of commenting on the gay community. Like for his talks for his new movie, My Policeman, where he plays a gay cop, which is a choice. I'm talking specifically about his Rolling Stone article, where he says, and I'm quoting, "It's obviously pretty unfathomable now to think, oh, you couldn't be gay. That was illegal," Styles said. "I think everyone, including myself, has your own journey with figuring out sexuality and getting more comfortable with it. It's not like this is a gay story about these guys being gay. It's about love and about wasted time to me. So much of gay sex in film is two guys going at it, and it kind of removes the tenderness from it," he said. There will be, I would imagine, some people who watch it who were very much alive during this time when it was illegal to be gay, and Michael wanted to show that it's tender and loving and sensitive. I think all of this just shows his lack of awareness in regards to a community that he is low-key profiting off of. I know that people have an issue titling what Harry Styles has done as queerbaiting. There's been plenty of articles about that, especially when the definition of queerbaiting is that it's a marketing technique used in entertainment, i.e. media. But from my own personal point of view, I guess, is that Harry Styles, the performer, is entertainment. How much of his performance that he shows is linked to his actual identity, if that makes sense. I also feel like if I talk about it too much or like get too deep into it, that I'm gonna get attacked. So let me just say that. Here are some of the things my followers have said. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you can see this. this is my personal favorite. I think that the gay community is largely an untapped resource that not a lot of people have really tried to get in on. But Harry Styles, or at least his team, have seen it and are dipping their toes and seeing how far they can take it and where they can take it, if that makes sense. If you have any thoughts about this, which I know that you do, put them in the comments or shoot me a DM or something. I really honestly am so interested in knowing what your guys' thoughts are. I guess this part of the podcast is where I'm going to be putting in some updates. I'm going to be taking a small pause on my Amber Heard video. I think with the trajectory of my life and how it's going so far, talking about heavy abuse like that is kind of a lot for me at this moment. But taking the break on the video gives me the opportunity to give more time to other projects that I have planned, such as this podcast and other videos that are a lot more lighthearted, etc., etc. If there's a topic or something you'd like for me to talk about on the podcast or possibly in a YouTube video, more fleshed out, longer form content, please let me know. My socials everywhere are midwestbimbo. If you want to see my shit early, join my Patreon. The lowest tier is literally $1 and the highest tier is $12, where you get a collage from me once a month. And yeah, thank you so much for listening / watching, I guess. I hope that you like this episode. I have so much more content planned for the future. And I want to keep podcasts especially very short and sweet, 5 minutes to 25 minutes, nothing shorter, nothing longer. I think that's good. In the words of Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other. Are you still there? Hi. Yeah. I started off a cult Twitter account. You can blame Jabuki Young White for that. I stole it from him. It's a place for me and everyone else, because it's Twitter, to be still fun, goofy, happy, but just also just like a teensy bit messy, you know what I mean? This is probably the only place that I will ever advertise for it, besides Tumblr. I'm trying to get on the ground floor with my community, you know? Anyways, this is the actual end of this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Have a good day. Bye.